What's going on, guys? I'm just changing some of these settings as I'm missing some of the enemies sometimes. I didn't actually notice there's a couple of the shroom beetles as well. There's more than one. I don't think they come up on the... I'm hoping they're going to come up now. I've changed the settings. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We're going to be farming some ink and hopefully a mushroom. Furnishing. Mind you, I did see someone here earlier that was potentially farming, so I might move on to something else if they're farming here. So this is definitely my favourite spot. Should really hit those mud crabs as well. I'm loving this new set as well. Really good for heavy attacks. There was a couple of mud crabs. So yeah, I was literally missing quite a few mud crabs. Now I've actually got the thing where you can see targeted enemies that are neutral as well. So it's the neutral ones I'm missing. I know there's one up there, but I'm not going to bother with that one. There's quite a few more mud crabs than I realised. I mean, obviously I'm only more here for the actual nodes, but the mud crab chicken does go for quite a good amount when you get a stack of 200. So now the beetles still don't show up. Why don't they show up? They're really hard to spot, and apparently the mushroom furnishings might drop off them. What's going on, Dave? How's it going? Yeah, there's actually quite a few mud crabs here, but it's the beetles. You know, these little things, got to make sure we hit those, because apparently there's a chance them furnishings can drop off them. I don't know if that's confirmed though, so I'm just going to be hitting them anyway. But I think there's only 2 on these islands. Is that one? Did I just see one come up? No, maybe not. So yeah, the mushrooms can drop off the nodes, which is the alchemy or clothing nodes, and they can also maybe drop off the I should just grab all of these. Yeah, there's actually quite a few. Yeah, maybe drop off them little shroom beetles. So I'm definitely going to be hitting them just in case, because it would be nice to get a drop off one, because then at least you know that's confirmed. There's always a bot on PS5, Ground Farming Crabs, reported it numerous times. I think I know the area you mean as well. You mean, I think this area. I think there's a lot of crabs there, aren't there? Yeah, they don't seem to do anything about bots. I suppose it's just too much trouble. I don't know. They don't seem to. Admittedly, I don't see a lot of bots on Xbox, but that might be because I suppose they're mostly in starter zones, aren't they? I go to a lot of starter zones. You're looking for something special, yeah. So it's mushroom furnishings basically, and in particular the mushroom polyp, which is at the moment someone's listed one on PCNA for 279 million, which might be a bit unrealistic, but there's another one that's going for 75 million gold, just for a mushroom. So, and they drop off on the beach, correct? Yeah, I remember doing that actually. That one. Yeah, so they drop off Vardenfell nodes and maybe the beetles. I should just hit these as well, really. Yeah, so yeah, farming mud crabs is not a bad way, really, to be honest. I always used to ignore them until I realised how much the chitin go for, the mud crab chitin, so that's why I'm hitting them basically along the way. Might as well, you know, you can rack up quite a bit of gold here, even if you don't get any special drops, you know. I mean, you can get the ink drops here as well, obviously, because that drops off anywhere. But yeah, this is just like my favourite area. Just got to keep my eye out for them beetles as well. That would be amazing to get one off just a beetle. Imagine that, just 100 million gold item off a little beetle. That can't be true, surely. But you never know, do you? So until you get the confirmed drops, because these items are so rare. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, you'd be lucky to see one of the items listed on every server. That's how rare these are. Because like the mainland of Vardenfell is a bit tricky for nodes, particularly when you're only looking for certain nodes, which is alchemy and clothing nodes, because that's all it drops off. I don't think it's going to drop off metal nodes or jewellery nodes. What are your thoughts on Gold Road overall? I'm not going to lie, I found it a bit underwhelming myself. I think it's a better chapter than the previous one. I wasn't a big fan of Necrom, apart from obviously the new class, which obviously is a big bonus. But I would say Gold Road is one of the better ones. I think the only thing that's let it down a little bit is the grindiness of things. Is sort of let things down a little bit, especially the scripts. I'm not happy about the scripts being not account wide. That's really annoying. But it is what it is, isn't it? So, you know, there's mud crabs there as well. Why do I keep on just finding more and more mud crabs every time I go around? The problem is it's going to slow me down a bit. I've got to be a bit more efficient. Yeah, it's, I like the map itself of Gold Road. I really like. I like the because I just found Necrom was very, very similar to obviously Vardenfell, which is understandable because it is a similar region, but I just preferred the Gold Road look. And I did enjoy the trial as well. Trial was good fun. But on the whole, yeah, like, I would say it's not obviously the best chapter. I think the best chapter was obviously the Vardenfell. You know, the Morrowind one and the Somerset were the best ones. Probably Western Skyrim was really good as well. Oh, I forgot the shroom beetle. Has it appeared? Yes, it has. Look, they look like plants as well. Makes it worse. Whoa, what's that? Oh. Normally you just get crawlers off them, and I've got something else. I was like, oh, hello, what's that? Right, so there is another, yeah, look, see, they're so hard to spot. Wasn't there a mushroom you could find in Varfel that was pretty rare? Yeah, this is the mushroom, it's the mushroom polyp. But there is actually, it's not just the mushroom polyp, there is about 7 or 8 mushroom furnishings, I believe, that are like green and blue ones that are going to be worth probably like couple of million or something. But the actual purple one is the one, is the Holy Grail, that's going to be worth a tremendous amount of money, which is super rare. So I mean, the odds of getting it is obviously super low. It's like probably like a Ferric cipher, you know, level of drop. And I've not actually had any ink yet either. Normally I get a couple of inks by now, so that's quite interesting. Mind you, I've had a few. I've got quite a few ink now. I've got over 40 something. But like I said, you're going to make a lot of gold here through the materials anyway. I said you're going to get the ink drops, and if you're lucky, a mushroom drop. I'm hoping. And like I said, a lot of the farming routes can be a bit confusing. You know, you have to sort of follow a guide, but you really don't need to with this one. It's so simple and basic that anyone can come here. It's, you know, it's not even hidden behind a DLC paywall either, like, because Vardenfell's free now with the base game, so like there's no gatekeeping to come here. That's what I like about it as well. It's accessible for everyone. But yeah, I've got a couple of videos dropping this week. A couple of build videos. I've just dropped that latest werewolf one. Yeah, but I've got a Walden one dropping. Ancient Walden 2.0, which is a really good, easy, fun build. Yeah, I'm dropping a DPS build as well, or a DPS setup, should I say. They're more setups than builds. So yeah, I've got some bits coming this week, and then yeah, trying to get these scripts together so I can do a, you know, put a build together basically. But yeah, you just got to be careful. Like, was anyone else not aware of that? Because I fell for the trap. I'm farming all the scripts on my main character, thinking they're all account wide, and of course, like, if you log into another alt, you do the scribing quest, you ain't gonna have access to the scripts. You've got to have them learnt. You know, see, whatever scripts you need for whatever skill you need, you've got to have it on the correct character, which I think is just stupid. They should be all account wide. Once they're fanned, they're fanned. But oh, I just got a mushroom drop. I've not had any ink drop in over 5 days. Damn. Yeah. So this is my longest run so far today. Like, normally every half hour I pick up a few. I think I've only had like 2 today. I'll show you how many I've got. Yeah, I've only had like 2 today. I've never tried Werewolf or Vampire in game yet. Vampire is pretty much meta for PvP builds, but Werewolf has been buffed this patch. If you see my latest Werewolf video, it's been buffed. They've got major protection now, so that's an interesting plant though. I've finally got a mushroom drop. I need to do a price check on that one. Shall I do a price check, guys? I'll do a quick price check just to see what we're actually dealing with here, because I don't know if they're going to be cheap. But that's the first actual furnishing drop I've actually had from this area. So just bear with me and I'll get on to the... Let me just block the thing out quickly. And we'll get onto the trade centre and just type it in. Right, so I'll just go on PCNA and we'll have a look. Hold on, what was it called? I forgot what it's called now. Volcanic cluster, wasn't it? I'm being the attack now. So they do drop. It wasn't obviously the one I wanted, but it's a mushroom. I better go somewhere else just so I'm not going to keep getting touched and attacked. Or tagged, should I say. Right. So it's a mushrooms volcanic cluster. I don't know if they're going to be expensive or cheap. They should be expensive, but they are green, so... There might not even be one listed, because I don't know if they're quite rare. Oh no, they're worth nothing. Maybe they dropped from something else then. That's a bit disappointing. But I'll show you the mushrooms that... The mushrooms, where is it? Trying to spell it. This is the crazy one. This is the crazy one, guys. Look at those prices. That's how rare they are. That's how much. This is the one you're looking for. The holy grail of mushrooms. So that's what you're looking out for. It's just a shame that mushroom drop wasn't much. Must drop somewhere else as well then. So yeah, I did think if it was green, but I'm sure the others are worth money as well. Just maybe not that particular one. But I will double check that. Maybe them prices could be wrong. But yeah, I've not had a lot of ink today. That's for sure. So it is definitely, but I do feel it's got a similar sort of drop rate to a potent Nern Crux, to be honest. There you go. Oh, I just got two Luminous. I was only just talking about them, and I've just had a drop. And it always seems to be as well. You do often get a double drop with the Plentiful Harvest CP added on. 9 times out of 10 it seems to be 2. Unless I'm just getting lucky every time. So at least I did get a mushroom furnishing, but I'll have to double check the price on that one. But I still would love to see one drop off one of them beetles. Just to confirm that would be really good. But unfortunately there only seems to be about 2 here on this map. the second one. But it's nice to actually have a mushroom drop. That's the first mushroom furnishing drop I've ever seen of a crafting node, so it's quite interesting. The drops of ink I've heard rarely seem to be 2 at a time. Yeah, for me, most of them have been 2 at a time. I don't know why, maybe it's just my luck. But yeah, I think the ink prices are getting fairly cheap now, to be honest, so it's definitely not going to be an issue, I don't think, unless you're scribing tons and tons of skills. So I really can't see, you know, down the line the prices of these inks staying high, you know, or even remotely expensive. You know, they're going to be like 10k soon enough, you know, give it a couple of weeks. But yeah, the node farmers like myself, I've got back into the node farming. Yeah, you don't really have any worries with Luminous ink if you regularly farm. Then you know, you're going to get some. You might not even need to, but that's nice to get a factual furnishing. But I'll have to check the price on that, but that might not be an expensive one. But you've got to be careful with the mushrooms because some of them look really just like a basic furnishing. Like even the main one, like, you know, that the mushroom polyp, doesn't it? It just looks like just a basic normal mushroom like that. Do you know what I mean? And then it's going for like 279 million. That is a crazy amount of gold. Shame there's not a couple more of them beetles about. There's only literally 2. Unless I'm missing it, because I literally just found that second beetle only today. But yeah, how is everyone's ink drops then? Are you finding the drops quite good? I'm in the middle really, to be honest. I'm not saying they're crazy dropping, but I've got quite a few. But mind you, I have been farming, you know, nodes, so. But from mobs themselves, I think that's where the frustration is leading, because it's very misleading, because, you know, it says they drop off mobs, but the drop rate seems to be really low. It seems to be really low on mobs, but on nodes, I think it's okay. What was the website you used to check price of mushroom? Can you use for PS5? Yeah. It's called, just type in on Google, ESO Tamriel Trade Centre. And yes, it does work. You can select what platform and what server, and it will show you can price check things. So I don't think I did mine right actually. Let me just go back, because I was looking at listings which could be wrong. I need to price check. But yeah, that's the Holy Grail one. Was it volcanic cluster, wasn't it? Mate, how many times am I going to knock my drink over? Because this is ones that are for sale, but I need a price check. Not listings, price check. Yeah, they're not. That is disappointing. But some of the other mushrooms do go for good money. Yeah, it's a good website. I never used to really use it. I'm still struggling. The drops myself. Yeah, it's just the nodes are okay though. They do. Sometimes you can have a bit of a dry spell and not get one for like an hour, but generally you seem to get like about four per hour, I'd say. It seems to be pretty consistent, but like I said, it is RNG based, so maybe I'm just getting lucky. You know, I've heard some people have got hundreds, you know, so like, I've obviously not been the lucky one, but you know, I've got nearly 50. I did sell some, so yeah, about the 50 mark I've probably had, which is pretty reasonable. Oh, my TV's going to turn off. But yeah, at least confirmed now that the mushroom furnishings do drop. It's just got to be the correct ones. I've got to make sure it's the right ones. Well, I can't make sure, it's random. But yeah, it's a really good website, yeah, if you want to price check things, because you don't, that's the crafty thing with ESO, like, you could have a furnishing that really don't look much, like the, you know, like the mushrooms, they don't really look much, and if you just accidentally stumbled across it, you know, I mean, you could be mis-selling something big time. I mean, I've probably done that, I've probably sold things and not really realised their true value. So always check things, particularly furnishings you pick up. Use the website, as it's gonna, you know, stop you making you could make a big mistake. I mean, it might not be worth something. A lot of furnishings are not worth a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? But 2 cooters in, not bad. Yeah, but you know, you've got to check things, because you know, you think it's only the nice looking furnishings, like you know, like a really expensive painting, or it's not always the case. So do your research before you start listing things. Your inventory is full. Sounds about right. Yeah, they don't, the mushroom furnishings don't drop off the rune stones either. I think it's only, yeah, alchemy and clothing nodes. So, but I got that one off a, I think it was a alchemy. I think I was going to say, can I even get the merchant up here? I can, yeah. I've been playing a bit of Tales of Tribune as well, because I haven't played that in a while. I actually quite like the game, to be fair. I just think it's okay in small doses. I wouldn't play like tons of it. I mean, I did obviously when I was like grinding the ranking system and stuff, but I don't think I would play beyond, because you get a gold bag now, don't you, for the Tales of Tribune purse. But I don't think I would, once you do that, I don't think it's worth going beyond that. Thought they could do that in game somewhere, where you could do price check. I normally just, what I do is, if I've got an item, before I use the website, or if I haven't got the website to hand, I'll just go to a guild trader and see if I can find the item similar. You know, they're like the same item selling, what is it selling for? But if you're, you know, sometimes you can get something a bit obscure and a bit rare, i.e. like a mushroom furnishing, And like I said, this is where you might missell something, so yeah, just do the research. But yeah, you can use guild traders, but if it's a very rare item, you might struggle to find one similar. It becomes time consuming going from guild traders back and forth at times, yeah. That's why I don't really do flipping. You know, selling, buying low, selling high. I'm not a big fan of going around the traders. But you can make a lot of gold doing that if that's your thing. But cause you can really pick up some good bargains. But you know, with these mushroom polyps and stuff, it's incredibly unlikely you're going to have someone missell them, because they're just such an hard drop. You know, you have to really, the odds of someone just stumbling across it and mis-selling it is probably not going to happen. It happens with some items, but when they're incredibly rare items, they're normally almost always deliberately found, you know what I mean? But yeah, the Luminous, yeah, for today ain't been dropping great for me. Yeah, 4 so far I might have had. And I've done a fair amount of farming. Has my beetle spawned yet? Nope, no beetle. Oh, he's got a rare paint in there. What does WC mean? I made oblivion damage build with slows and snakes in the star. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that actually when that snakes in the star come out. I missed the slowed builds, that was really good, the oblivion damage. That's worth quite a bit. I'll let him know, so that's actually worth, just in case you don't realise. I think it is, I'm sure it is the, yeah, Velofi. Yeah, that's the good ones. The Volcano one, which is the one I have, I think is the one that's the best selling, which might be worth maybe 2 mil on console. Oh, the beetles are back. The beetles are back. Well, now with scribing we get oblivion damage spammable. Yeah, I think there's definitely some hidden things with the scribing. It's just the unfortunate thing is it's just trying to get hold of all these scripts. Do you know what I mean? And then you could then use that script accidentally on the wrong character, and then you're like, oh, actually this would be really good on this character. So I wish they were account-wide describing the scripts, because there's like 50 in there. And like I said, there could be some hidden gems, yeah, with the oblivion damage. I know there's a hidden gem with the bash builds and the ganking. I've seen people use bombing skills for, you know, like for bombing builds, scribing. But you know, you could accidentally use the wrong scripts on the wrong character, and then muck up your whole scribing process. So, but yeah, I mean, I could understand buying the Grimoires or whatever for each character. That's not a problem. But yeah, the velocity paintings will always be the most expensive paintings. Obviously, the new ones in the new region are going for good money because they're the new paintings, and like the vampire paintings go for good money. But long term, it's always the velocity ones are going to be the most expensive because you can only obtain them from lockboxes. Whereas all the others are found from chests. So when they're from chests, they're easier to obtain. But the lockbox ones, you know, less people do thieving. So, any ideas what is best to use for Magicka, Templar, and Scribing? With Magicka Templar, yeah, I think a good one would be to use would be definitely to have the. I'm sure you can get the major breach debuff. So instead of using like elemental susceptibility, that would be a good one. Also, the torch bearer one, I think, or whatever it is. The torch does like a. He like swings it, makes the character swing a torch or something. That's a Fighters Guild one. So not only are you going to get, you know, you can have a powerful skill there. You can also get the Fighters Guild passive bonus damage, so that's definitely a good skill to be using. But again, I just haven't. It's just such a big system to get your head round, and I've only 100% found a good skill for the bash build and the gank build. But once I obtain more scripts, I'm gonna start looking a lot more into it. I'm going to release a couple more builds, and then I'm going to go properly into the scribing, because I'm just doing the dailies at present just to sort of amass all these scripts and then use which scripts on what character basically. Oh yeah, that's what I found the other day. I don't know if I've got it on this character. I think it's on this character. I don't think I've used it. No, I didn't use it because I've used it before. There, look, I found that. I found that in Cyrodiil. I think it was in a chest. I don't know what they even go for. I forget. They used to go for about 100k. So I'll have to check what that goes for. I mean, it is only the Imperial style, so I don't know if it's going to be worth, like, it's not going to be worth silly money, like the actual other gold motive books of the newer motives. So yeah, I know they're worth like silly money for collectors. So but yeah, I've seen some good, I think it might have been Grimmy or someone doing a bombing video with a new scribe skill attached, so it's, yeah, there's definitely a lot of use. And like I said, you can have minor brittle, which can be a bit tricky to get hold of on other classes other than Warden. So you definitely can add some nice things to builds. But just be, like I said, just be careful of your scripts. You want to make sure you use the right scripts on the right character. I just think they should be account banned. I don't know why they've done that.
Yes.
Yeah, so keep your eyes out for any furnishings you get dropping. Just double check what you got. But yeah, Velofi paintings. There was another ink there. Oh, it was only a 1 that time. Let's see how many inks we got now. 45. Not too bad. But like I said, it's not really the inks that are the issue. It's more the scripts. For me, from what I can tell. But yeah, what I'm doing, just do the Undaunted daily on one character. I mean, you can do them on multiple if you want, but I can't be bothered. One's enough. I'll just do an Undaunted daily, Mages Guild daily, Fighters Guild daily, and then just do a couple of dailies in Gold Road. And then, you know, you get like 5 scripts a day. You will get duplicates though as well, so I think you can sell them, but they seem to be banned, so I'm a bit confused how people are selling them. And the ones I have seen are go up for like crazy money. So I don't know how some are banned and some are not. Must be certain ones. But yeah, this is definitely the best place to farm. Try and farm the furnishings. As I find the mainland, I might go on the mainland in a bit. It's hard to find just alchemy nodes. Is that a beetle here? No, it's not here. So yeah, I'm going to release 1 or 2 more builds this week, and then moving forwards, the builds are going to start including the new scribe skills once I've got the scripts. But hopefully another week I should have the scripts I need, and then I've got 2 builds I will be releasing with the new scribe skills. But yeah, the scribing system is definitely got some real good potential. Like I said, I know the scribe skill is going to add extra 300 bash damage, which is going to make bash builds even stronger. So I will be releasing, probably that's going to be the first scribed build I release, is the bash build with the scribe skill. It's really good. And obviously adding extra bash damage is going to be really nice. I've got lots of scripts from doing dailies. Yeah, you do get quite a lot, but like I said, it's just the issue is, you know, like I was consuming them all on my main character, which is, this is my main character. And then there's me thinking, you know, you can just log on to another character and they're all accessible, and they're not. I just think it's just crazy. Like, it's grindy enough, do you know what I mean, trying to get all the scripts without doing that on top of it. So that's like a big, you know, just be careful, you know, do not use any of the scripts until you're confident what character what skill you're putting for what character. But yeah, that's why they're quite easily obtainable. But yeah, just do the 3 basic dailies, Undaunted, Mages and Fighters, and then a couple of Gold Road dailies will do you. There's also, if you do like Battlegrounds or whatever, which I do regularly, but I haven't done any recently. Past weeks I've been doing Gold Road, but they drop from the rewards from the Worthy as well, which is nice. So they're nice and easy to get. I think if you do a daily random, you get one as well, if you want to go a little step further. You best be careful then on what I consume. Yeah, I literally consumed about 10 before I realised they're not account wide. So yeah, pretty much could have all been wasted, because obviously I PvP on multiple characters, which a lot of people do. So, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to farm every script for every character. So I want to use certain scripts on certain characters for certain skills. So yeah, just definitely bear that in mind before you start unloading and just consuming all of them. Because like I said, I've got quite a few here, but I'm like the taunt one, I'm probably might need that for the bash build, so I'm not going to use it on this character because I want it on my Dragon Knight. So it's just a weird way of doing things. They should be account wide. Yeah, like I said, the Grimoires, it doesn't really matter because you can just buy them. They're a bit dear though, so like again, you don't really want to be buying all Grimoires for all characters. You just want to buy, oh, I'm using this one, do you know what I mean, and just buy that one for that character. I don't know if the Grimoires are account wide. I don't think they are either. But yeah, the scripts is just crazy. Think I'll bank what I've collected so far. Yeah, that's the idea. And then basically I'm going to like pretty much Google. Actually no, you don't need to Google, sorry. If you go to skills and scribing here, you can sort of see which one you want to use. So I want to use a shield throw, which is going to be the one I'm going to be using. And then it tells you, let's see, it shows you the ones I've already got, but if I need, I need this one, but it tells you where they drop from. So the one I want is Wayfarer's Mastery, because it increases your bash damage. So if required from daily world boss quests, daily fighters guild quests, so you can use this to sort of give you a bit of an idea of where you want them. And I want the off balance. I think I might have the off balance, but again, I've probably consumed it on this character, which is no good for me, so I have to re-get them. So just definitely keep that in mind, because that is a real annoyance. The only good thing is with the scribing, at least you don't have to regrind, because the scribing quest line itself is quite long, but luckily you don't have to redo the whole quest line. You just have to do just the introductory thing, which literally takes, in the introductory quest, which takes a couple of minutes, and then you're done. I've done all the scribing quests, but haven't really done anything yet with the stuff I've collected. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. What the hell? What did I just get there? Oh, was that for getting... That's for doing an achievement, wasn't it? Acquire 50 inks. But yeah, trying to acquire the inks from mobs is just crazy. I've not had any so far on this stream from mobs. So you don't really want to be trying to farm them through mobs. You're definitely best off with nodes. I said, if you want to know literally probably the best gold farm in the game, which most people know, but if you don't, just in case, and you want to earn ink the way, is just to farm plants in the Hollow City. You can make probably upwards of 100k gold an hour. That's on console prices as well, by the way. So obviously PC will be a lot more, and then you'll be getting ink along the way and just run around here picking up plants. It's the densest place for plants. So you're going to be making upwards of 100k plus an hour gold through the plants you pick up, and obviously all the ink drops. So that is your best bet. I went Crimson Cove. Yeah, there's a lot of mobs in there, and you can accumulate a lot of gold just through mob drops, really. Probably about 40-50k gold an hour. But again, I don't know what the mass mob drop is like on the inks, but I don't think it's great. Didn't get any ink drops from the mobs. Yeah, it's just not worth it. You're just far better off just hitting nodes, picking up plants in Cold Harbour. If your goal is just to get as much gold as possible. Another 2 inks there. I've got quite a few more now. There's definitely not a cooldown on the inks either, because I just got an ink on the previous lap I just did, and I just got another 2 there. So there's no cooldown on the inks, which is good. Because I was worried there was a cooldown. Like once you got one, you ain't going to get another drop for another hour or something. So they don't have a cooldown. It's just purely a random chance. And on the nodes, I'd probably say it's like 1 in 100 nodes. But yeah, I have had some ink drops off mobs, but definitely not a lot. Like I said, probably 10 of my inks out of, yeah, say like 60 have dropped from mobs. But yeah, Crimson Cove, I used to farm that quite a lot actually. A few years ago, I used to do a lot there. Because yeah, the gold drops, because there's a lot of mobs, the gold drops pretty reasonable. If you sell all the loot and yeah, all the gold drops on the mobs, yeah, it's not bad. It's probably about 40k, 50k gold an hour. But definitely the best farm in the game is plants. I mean, the only other thing that's going to get you more gold per hour is like Telvar farming. Obviously that comes with risk. So that's, you know, how you want to play it. I mean, Telvar farming, you're probably talking about, if it's fully optimal, you know, like hitting all the Imperial City bosses, you probably can make, once you convert it all, you can probably make like 200-300k gold an hour. But like I said, it's just at that risk. You know, whereas plant farming, there's no risk. It's just going to be raw, flat gold you're going to be getting. I don't think there's anything higher in the game. I mean, previously, before they fiddled with the jewellery, which I wasn't really happy about because I thought that was my main gold source, as I used to farm in Hughesbane all the jewellery nodes, and obviously you used to get a lot of, I think that was about 130k gold an hour per console. But ever since they nerfed the jewellery, which is, you know, good in some ways because you can upgrade jewellery a lot easier and cheaper, but it was just bad for sellers like myself because I used to sell a lot of the raw jewellery material, because obviously the chromium plating were worth, I think it was like 90k gold per plating. Now they're worth like, I think about 20 or 30. So where they've lost so much, but you can still make gold, but you ain't going to be making 130k gold an hour. So the plant farm is your best bet for gold. Runestone is not too bad, but the cooters don't go for a lot of money. It's more the mundane runes. I wouldn't personally do wood farming because the rosin seem to be just super cheap. But again, the heartwood are worth a lot of money. I wouldn't personally do just, well, you can't just do metal farming, can you? Iron ore farming or whatever it is. Rubidite ore, that's it. Because that goes hand in hand with the jewellery. So you're doing both. Scrap farming's not too bad, but again, you're better off just hitting mud crabs because of the mud crab cheating. But I still don't think anything beats picking up, for just pure consistent raw gold, you know, is farming plants, because obviously columbine, cornflower, mountain flower, lady smock, them sort of plants, you know, in stacks of 200, they're going to go for good money. So that, you know, another good one is obviously the fishing. But you probably, that's quite a sort of random chance of getting roe and stuff, so it's probably realistically about 60k gold an hour when you take into account RNG. I never realised if you do an alchemy survey, you can then find it, then pick up the columbine you get at first. Leave there, go back and see if there's more columbine spawn when you go back. As far as I know, that doesn't work, but I could be wrong. I used to do a lot of surveys because I used to do a lot of the daily crafting writs, but I don't no longer do them anymore, as I've done them for years, and I don't know. And like I said, with the nail in the coffin to making money, or lots of money with the jewellery, I just stopped them completely. But yeah, you can still make a lot of money through crafting writs. It's just not my cup of tea to keep logging in and out of characters, as I just found that annoying. I like to do gold farms on just one character. That's why I do a lot of stealing and just node farming as my main gold sources. But yeah, like when I say the best gold farms are just things that might not be accessible to a lot of players. Like the flipping, the guild trader flipping is probably one of the top ones. And obviously carries, but again, you know, you have to have the resources to do that. And obviously Telvar farming, yeah. But like just for a solo, normal run-of-the-mill player, yeah, just farming plants. I'm sure I saw a video of it a couple of weeks ago. I may be wrong though. Yeah, I'm sure they don't repopulate if you log in and out. I thought they did once, but it turned out I actually had 2 of the same jewellery surveys, I think, or whatever surveys it was. So it didn't repopulate, it was just consumed the other survey. Yeah, I've had at least I've had a few ink then, so that's probably about 5 or 6 ink I've had. I thought I had comment on there. Wrong button. Another luminous ink there. I don't know if that was off a mob or actually a node. I think it was the node. But yeah, it's nice to actually get a mushroom furnishing drop. It just doesn't look like it's worth a ton of money. I mean, it was a green one, so I was a little bit, I don't know. And I think as well, I'm sure someone said that the droppable mushrooms, the special ones you're after, you also, the loot table also has a mixture of just standard mushroom furnishings, and that's what I must have probably got. Maybe I didn't get a Vardenfell mushroom furnishing, so there's probably like 6 or 7 unique ones to Vardenfell, but also in the loot table are basic mushroom ones that can probably be found from any area. I could be wrong though, but I think that is correct. I haven't really had time to play this week, being on night shifts. Yeah, it's just like, the thing is, like, you know, especially particularly with the ink, you don't have to be farming them. Like I said, I still think in a couple of weeks they're going to be like 10k gold. Do you know what I mean? Because there's just going to be such an amount of them, and I can't really see that people are going to need hundreds and hundreds, unless you're going to be doing, you know, like tons of scribing skills. Whereas realistically, people are only going to be using like the odd 1 or 2, you know, per character. So, you know, you need 3 ink per skill. So I really can't see you're going to be using tons. I have to check my mushroom collection in my house. Yeah, I'm sure I've got some somewhere. Yeah, it's because it's so confusing, the mushrooms, because there's so many different types, and some are just basic standard, and some, you know, could be one that's worth a lot of money. So use the website just to check them. It's the same with the paintings, you know, sometimes they don't have the label on them, like, you know, Gold Road or vampire paintings, so you need to check the paintings. Did he get another painting, that bloke? You're making me worried now. If I've got mushrooms in my house, I might just do one more loop and check myself. Because I think I went round all the houses I had and pulled all the paintings out. 'Cause I thought, I've probably got some paintings hanging on the wall that are worth a lot of gold. So yeah, I haven't checked them. So yeah, I think this should be my final loop. And then I'll check some mushrooms. Could be sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know it. But that's the good things with furnishings, isn't it? Like, they can cost an absolute ton. You can use them, have them up in your house or whatever for months, and then just resell them because they don't consume, do they? They're just a physical item. I've got a crafting motive there, not too bad. Yeah, better check the gaffs out and see what I've got. Right, let's check where I think they might be. Just in case. Is this teleporting or not? I can't tell. As you can see, I'm very organised. I do actually have a few mushrooms. I'm going to have to check all these. I didn't know I had that many. I'm in the game now. Get farming. Farm these mushrooms. I don't know if these are anything good or not. So what I might do, I'm going to have to check the website. What I'll do is I'll use me blower instead of minimising because there's too many. So let's go. Let's see if any actually are rare or not. So that's the problem, there's so many mushrooms in the game. Okay, that one's not worth anything by the look of it. Mushroom. Okay, they don't seem to be worth anything. This one sounds interesting. Lava burst, I don't know. Nope. And that's more cave bracket ones there. I've done the poison packs. Oh, shelf. Haven't done shelf. Toadstool. I don't know where I got these mushrooms from. That one's worth about 20k, so nothing insane. I did done that one, so it's just the final one, but it looks like I've not got anything special. I will, but Azenda will have to be put away, he moans. Yeah, so I've checked mine, doesn't seem to be anything too crazy. I think I did pull all the paintings out though. No, I didn't. Oh no, these are just basic ones. Yeah, you got to be careful, like, because something could be in here, and you don't even realise it's worth a lot. Because you just accumulate so much stuff. But I think whatever I did have, I've already pulled out. The vampiric stuff's quite nice. I've got my skooma bubblers. Yeah, that was when I used to try and farm the skooma bubbler recipe, which I never got. Look, my tapestry. I'm actually going to check that because sometimes the tapestries can be worth money. Nope. Damn you. Right. There's that one in it. So like I said, I'm trying to collect like rare items and any duplicates I'm going to start selling. I might probably do a lockbox run next stream. Try and get some Velofi paintings. So I'll show you the one I've got. I have had probably all of them, but I did sell some of them. I don't know what that one's worth. We have to check that. I've got the cheese, and that's. I'm just going to check the prices on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's millions. Velofi. There's only three. You've got the geyser, volcano, and waterfall. But I think let's just type in Trippy Arch. I think the volcano one is going for 18 million. The waterfall one's about 15. The geyser one's probably about 5. I think the volcano one is worth the most, but they're give or take the same sort of prices. But yeah, they're just crazy money, crazy money. But yeah, so I think I will start getting back into the lockbox stuff. So I haven't done that. I've been doing a lot of pickpocketing and a lot of node farming. And I've got so many of those. Oh yeah, I've got the cipher as well. But I bought that. They're cheap. If anyone wants that, you can pick them up pretty reasonable at the moment. I've never had it drop. Such a crazy drop, and they're going for, I think I picked that up for 400k, which is really cheap. So yeah, you can get some really cheap stuff at the moment. It's really good because of the issues with the guild trader where they've changed the timing, so they're getting harder to sell things. And yeah, they've definitely took a hit with the anniversary event as well. But that's probably like $500,000 that painting maybe. Cheese is $500,000. That's probably, this is console prices as well, by the way. That's probably worth about $2 for me. And the cipher is probably worth, yeah, like around $500,000. So that's my expensive collection so far. I do have one of the vampire paintings, but I think it's up for sale. Yeah, so. But I think I'll leave it there, guys, for the stream. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in, and catch me in the next stream. And look out for the couple of builds I've got coming this week. And yeah, just stay tuned for more good stuff. And I'll see you in the next